Boy, oh boy. I'm going to say to everyone out there checking out Run Tell That, we're in the lab. We're in the lab. We're in the lab again. And this week right here, I got to say, y'all, I don't know what in the world's going to happen. I don't know what's going to go on because it's something I had in my mind that it already automatically ain't happening like that. They went and started the show, ain't say nothing to me, but they in the ATR headquarters right there. But again, this is Run Tell That. Bam, we back in the lab once again. And so we have with us on today, we got Ayana Brown, who is from Midway, Georgia. If you say anything else, we don't care about that. We also got Dustin Craig, who also, she's from Midway, Riceboro, Georgia. We don't care anything that she say. Then we got Javon Rogers, who's also, she's from Savannah, Georgia. We don't care what she say. And we say, welcome to Run Tell That. And this one, we say this is Mary Turner Month right here. Mary Turner Month. This is about fighting. This is about liberation. And so we say, welcome to all of you all.
Hello.
Hi.
And so Run Tell That, we're a chill show, we're a relaxed show. We just keep it real. And so this is what the deal is. We're going to throw it out there. We're going to say to you, Ayana Brown, who are you?
I am a Gullah Geechee. Of course, you know that. From Charleston, South Carolina. I don't know what else to say. Who am I? I'm Gullah Geechee from Charleston, South Carolina. And I live in Midway and been living there for a hot minute. So I'll claim them too.
And what's about to happen for you? What's about to happen for you? That we want to know. People want to know who you are.
Oh, I'm about to graduate. I'm about to graduate from GSU with my bachelor's in psychology. Whoop, whoop. And I'm just moving forward with life, working to empower the people, honestly.
And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Yes, and then we got Dustin Craig. That's Dustin Craig. Who are you? Who are you?
I am just Destiny. I'm a military brat, so I don't really say I'm from anywhere, but I guess I'll claim this beautiful city. But yeah, I'm Destiny Craig. I'm a sociology major and an Africana studies minor at Georgia Southern University. And I'm here to try to help free my people as well.
Bam, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And so we go to Javon Rogers. Who are you? Who are you?
Well, I am Javon Grace Rogers. I am a now senior theater major, Africana Studies minor. I am an actress, a writer, feature director, producer, just going out to show the people who we are on film, television, the stage, just making it never ending.
Damn, that's what it's about. And that's how we roll. And so now we do this on Run Tell That. We do this all the time. I ask people, who are you? But then we also then ask the question of, because again, this is what we do a part of our experience. This is African experience, right? He would say, who are your people? Who are your people? Who are your people, Javon Rogers? Who are your people?
My people are amazing. They're smart. They're genius. They're Black. They're melanated. They're empowered. They're blessed. They're thriving. They're survivors. What are they not? They're everything.
Oh, I was gonna say, and who your people as? Who your family? Who your people? That was, that's the.
I mean, my people from Decatur, Georgia. Decatur, where it's greater. If y'all on there, if y'all on the podcast, if y'all on the live, my people were born and raised in Decatur, Georgia. I got some in Clayton County. My mama in Clayton County, but born and raised in Decatur.
All right. And so now we go to Ayana Brown. Who your people? Who your people?
All right, so let me see. All my people are straight out of South Carolina. We are the Browns, the Bishops, the Jacksons, the Williams, the Johnsons. Honestly, we have a few last names. I'm a Brown. I don't know. They're great. They're great people.
Absolutely. And so Dustin Craig, who your people?
My people are from California, Texas. There are the Sims. That's the Sims area. And then my people are also from Baltimore. So, yes, that's the Saunders, Craigs. Yes.
And see, that's all good because you wouldn't be who you are. None of us. That's why we Run Tell That. When we go hit people, who your people? Because, again, you would not be who you are if it was not for some people. And so now we want to also acknowledge them because again, they threw it out there. Congratulations on your graduation. So we throw it out there because again, we got to acknowledge our people. We acknowledge our people. And so, yes, and that's why young people doing great things. That's why they're on the show today. And so now we're going to throw it out there because it's all simple. It is all simple. Now we want to throw it out there. We want to say to Destiny, what song inspires you? Excuse me. No. We're going to come to the song. Who inspires you? Who inspires you? Or what inspires you?
My people, my ancestors inspire me. Honestly, right now in my life, my ancestors truly inspire me. I just want to finish their fight. Like that's where I'm at in my life right now. So that's what is mostly inspiring me right now is my ancestors and my family and all Black people, the whole diaspora, honestly. So, yeah.
All right, cool. And so now we go to Javon Rogers. Who inspired you? Who inspired you?
I would definitely say the women in my life, just seeing them thrive and push through everything. I know seeing my mom and my grandmother, you know, they're the matriarchs of the family along with my other aunties, and they just go and they fight for our family and they just do great for our family. And I know I just want them to see us all do great. So I just keep going through them for them.
All right. Yes, indeed. And so Yana Brown, who inspires you or what inspires you?
I'm really honestly gonna have to piggyback off of what Destiny said and say my people right now. Definitely the African American Gullah Geechee community, because honestly, we've been through a lot, and I really, you know me in reparations. I want to see my reparations, so that's definitely my biggest influencer right now. All
right. And so now we come to this one right here. What song gives you that what songs inspire you? What song give you that that when you hear that song like woo, like yeah, what song or songs inspire you? Ayana, what songs inspire you?
So definitely Fight For You by her. If anyone, I mean, I'm sure y'all know that song off of, what is it, Judas and the Black Messiah, and she's talking about the inequalities that's in the neighborhood and how people are not wanting to fight for those inequalities, but she's still going to fight for those inequalities. So I definitely resonate with that. And then Motherless Child by John Legend. That's a pretty powerful one also.
Okay. All right. So Dustin Craig, what song inspires you? What songs inspire you? Give me that
songs. Let me think. So lately I've been I love Lauryn Hill, so I would say anything Lauryn Hill, honestly. And then I'd say I've been listening to Peace of Mind lately. I don't know if you ever heard that song, but I love that song and I love that whole album. But also I just started getting into Gil Herson, I think his name is. I just started listening to him and I heard his song Black History and I was listening to that. So I can say that has inspired me. In April, I was listening to that a lot. So that inspired me as well. So I can't think of anything else right now.
All right. That's cool. Because again, it's all like that. So yes. And now we come to Javon Rogers. What song gives you that What song inspires you or songs inspire you?
Right now I've definitely been listening to Be Alive by Beyonce, also written by Dixon. Just encouraging me to keep going, keep striving, keep remembering that I have people by my side supporting me, and that through all the struggles that we go through, we still keep going, we still keep thriving and just being rich within our own history. Also, I would say Nina Simone, Feeling Good. I love me some Nina Simone. She is my spirit songstress, I would say. I just love Feeling Good, and just again the culture that goes behind Nina Simone and just the empowerment that she gives our community even still today. People are still using her songs. I love it.
All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And for those of you out there checking out the show, we say to everyone all the time, share. And for those of you out there also, we need to let you know something. Some of y'all are probably not aware of it, but we say it is high time that you become aware of it, that Georgia Southern University has an African Studies minor. They have a Center for African Studies. And so again, they have a minor in that. And so they have classes in that. And so these three sisters right here have been in the classes, they're in the minor program at Georgia Southern University. So yes, Georgia Southern. And that's why I'm there along with Dr. Maxine Bryant. So we're giving out history, culture, and empowering our people. So that's what this is about right now. This is about liberation. Because Steve Biko said, and we've shared this similar things in our classes, Steve Biko said that women must be to the forefront of our fight for nation building, our fight for liberation, that women must be a part of it. But then also Kwame Nkrumah said that students must be a part, and students are a part of the revolution. Kwame Nkrumah said that. But then Dr. King also said the same thing, that students are a major part of the movement. But what happens so often, sometimes we tend to try to push the students to the side, or we tend to look at the next generation. We tend to criticize the next generation. So let me go and share something with y'all. We're going to get into with our guests that are on here right now. Let me go and tell y'all this. We got a problem because y'all know how Jamal is. Y'all know Jamal. Y'all know how Jamal is. Jamal don't buy into the madness. All the people going to say. People say the next generation, we criticize them, we critique them, what they are not doing. So let me share this with you. We have some elders in the community. We have some middle-aged people in the community. We have some young adults in the community. We have some teenagers in the community. We have some adolescents in the community. And there are people right now in Chatham County, Georgia, who are running for office right now. And the elders, the middle-aged people, the young adults who have just graduated from college or from high school, and they know that some of these people running for office have not done anything for us. Again, I'm going to repeat. They've not done anything for us at all. But here go the elders sitting down, not saying anything about it, just letting them just run for office. The adults, the middle-aged people are sitting down, not saying anything. So guess what? The young adults are not saying, so all three of you all are not doing anything. So don't throw it on the next generation saying how they're not doing something. You better put the mirror on yourself and look and say, am I doing something? And that's a problem. I'm throwing it out there right now. It is a problem when we go and criticize other generations, or when the elders are told that they're not doing anything, by the younger people not doing anything either. So right now, we got somebody who we know who's running for office, who's told people that they're supposed to be leading, and the people coming to them about discrimination in this city, in these entities right here. And this is what the person told them. Y'all just need to go home and pray about it. What the hell? So I'm saying right now, do not criticize young people. Do not criticize the elders of the middle age if you are not doing anything. If you're doing something, then you can criticize. So that's what this is about right now. Liberation and student activism that I have seen with regards to people that have been around me, and I've been immersed and honored to be in their company. And so now I'm going to throw it out there, Destiny. What is liberation to you?
Liberation, I don't know. I feel like I've never felt it before, but to me, I feel like liberation is peace. It's healing within generations. It's healing within myself. It's healing others. It's just walking in my truth. It's, liberation is just being able to just freely be me. I don't know. Freely be me, freely do, freely, just, be free. That's what I equate liberation with.
All right. So Javon, what is liberation to you?
Liberation to me is having the ability to freely speak my mind through any art form that I can possibly do it through. Just plainly speaking, liberation overall is the unity of people, just feeling unified with my people and just with who we are, and just being able to show it freely.
All right. Okay. All right, cool. Ayana, what is liberation to you?
It's definitely freedom. That's the ultimate thing for liberation, is freedom, because I want to be able to go somewhere and not feel uncomfortable just because of the color of my skin and because everyone else in there is not me or doesn't look like me. So it's definitely just having the comfortability to be able to engage in everyday life without feeling like your skin color or your ethnicity is holding you back from something.
Yes, indeed. And so I'm glad, and that's a good segue with regard to this next one. I'll throw out there. why do and let y'all know we are focusing on African people in particular. African people, that's who we focus on. So anyone out there who's listening, checking out the show right now, our focus is on African people with regards to people who are the least and the left out. The least and the left out. We're focusing on them. And if we're in another area, we could go and do that for Native Americans or to Latinos. But right now, we're talking about in this area right here. I now have to throw out this and say, why do we have fear? Why do Black people have fear when it comes down to seeking freedom and liberation? So I throw it out there to you first, Yana. What's your thoughts with regards to that? Why do Black people have fear about standing up and speaking out when it comes to liberation and with regards to freedom?
To be that simple, honestly, because we've been beaten down so much, so often. Like anytime anyone, the Mary Turner story, anytime a Black person has came out and said something about like us not getting our rights or our equality, there's always been a beat down, like either physically or mentally, or just don't feel like we should. People don't feel like we should have those rights. So they try to take them.
All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, sis. And so we go, Dustin Craig. Why, Destiny? Why some of us have that fear? Why are some of us scared?
I agree with her 100%. I feel like post-traumatic slave syndrome, post-traumatic colonialism, all of those things tie into it. And we've built up this, like, we don't even understand the depths of our oppression. So the fear is like, it's conscious, but then again, it can be unconscious again. So I feel like the fear is just the unknowing of like liberation. Like we don't understand. If it's been so long since we've been liberated, we're scared because we don't know what to expect. We don't know what the fight will look like for our liberation, all of the things. So that's what I think.
All right. So we go you, Javon. Why are we scared? Why are some of us scared? Why are some of us got that fear when it comes down to being able to finally get liberation or to have freedom, and going through that struggle, that beautiful struggle of liberation?
Destiny and Yana really already hit the topic. The main reason is because we have already been psychologically trained to be afraid to stand up for ourselves. We see now that we have a younger generation that's more radical than our generations before us, and we have generations telling us now, no, don't do that, don't go and protest, don't do that because this may happen to you, that may happen to you, and it's all psychological at the end of the day.
So I'm saying this out there, y'all are listening, y'all hear what's going on, y'all hear these sisters right here. This is what it's about. This is that leadership that we talk about. This is the leadership of today, not tomorrow. They're not leaders for tomorrow. They're leaders of today. And you hear this information. This is coming from people who've been living for 80 years, 70 years, 60 years, 40 years, 30 years. Don't even speak like that. So that's why I'm so honored to have them here with us on Run Tell That. I want y'all to understand student activism, people who are leaders of today, not tomorrow. So now Destiny, we can go to Javon. We can throw it out there, Javon. Because when I do a rotation, that's what the deal is. I do that so everybody get a chance. Because see, I'm not selfish like other people, like on other shows, like on America, After Dark, like that or something like that. And so and also for you all, they're doing the bell. They're doing the bell now. They're doing the bell. They're doing the bell. Oh my God, the treachery that's happening right now. Oh my God, the treachery. But I'm gonna come back. I see what's going on here because Run Tell That is the little brother show of all the ATR shows. But again, everybody else got 5 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, but in it, that's all good. But we're gonna come to this, Javon. We're gonna ask you this question. What must it take for Black people to be comfortable in the skin that they're in? What must it take? Your thoughts as to what must we do for us to be comfortable in the skin that we're in? Individually or even collectively. What must we do to be comfortable in the skin that we're in?
In order to do that, you first have to break down and also separate yourself from what have you been told not to do. So like, for example, having natural hair, having that natural, curly, pure African hair that you have growing out of your head has been told that that's something that you can't have. We have been trained to perm our hair. Our hair has to be has to be straight. You know, you have to take yourself away from that and dive into deep of who you are and your roots.
All right. So, Yana, what must Black people do to be comfortable in the skin that they're in? What must we do to be comfortable in the skin that we're in?
I definitely believe that we need to educate ourselves more, like on who we are and where we come from, because we've been spoon-fed this knowledge from a government that doesn't care about us. So it's kind of like, you know, you're never going to know yourself if you're constantly just relying on their information. And, you know, we know that they lie to us. So honestly, we just need to educate ourselves and like actually go out and seek the knowledge for ourselves versus letting them tell us.
Thank you. And Bernard Brown trying to tell me to stick to the script. Boy, this is what I'm talking about. America After Dark. So now, Destiny, what must Black people do? What must we do to be comfortable in the skin that we're in?
I agree with Yana. I agree with both, but I agree with Yana too, because that's what naturally came to my mind as well. I believe that you first have to unlearn everything that you learned, like Javon said, and then you have to put yourselves in the rooms, in the books, whatever it is, so you can understand who your people are and who you are, because you are connected to your people and y'all are like literally kind of one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like you have to try to empower yourself first, because you have to take pride in who you are and what you are and your culture, everything. And so once you do that, then you're gonna love your people. You're gonna love everything about yourself. So yeah.
All right. And so, hey, now we're going to throw something out there. When I go and talk about my ancestors in certain circles, certain spaces, certain places, and in certain events at times, and I should say maybe not the events because they understand what they're getting at the events, but when I go and I talk about ancestors and I show respect for my ancestors, some people tend to frown upon that. African people frown upon that. Then you have some Caucasians frown upon it. You have some Latinos, you have some Asians who then go and frown upon me talking about my ancestors. Is there a problem with me talking about my ancestors? And if so, tell me why it's a problem. Or if it's not a problem, then tell me why it's not a problem. So, Destiny, should I not talk about my ancestors? Or is it a problem for me to talk about my ancestors and acknowledge them?
No, I believe that we have been stripped from that, you know, our connection from our ancestors, our spirituality, because I think that was always incorporated into our spirituality. And I feel like that is like a connection that's necessary, that we need. It helps us thrive. It helps us, you know, go through life, our connection to our ancestors. So no, I feel like I call them my ancestors. I ask them for guidance, everything, you know. So I feel like, no, that's not something that it should be taken away from us, or we should stop doing. No, I feel like that helps us and it connects us to one another as well. So no, I don't believe that at all.
All right. So Javon, is something wrong with me if I go and acknowledge my grandmama who's passed away, my great-grandmama, my great-granddaddy, and I show them love and shower them with love and attention with regard to that? I speak about that. Is that a problem? Or if it is a problem, explain to me why it's a problem. If it's not, explain to me why it is not a problem and why I should do that.
It is not a problem at all, because we come from the best of the best. We come from people who have survived and thrived. We went on trips all the way from Africa going to the Americas, and only a third or less survived. We are the best of the best. There is no reason why we should not be talking about our grandmothers, our great-great-grandmothers, our great-great-grandfathers, all the way from the past. They try to erase that. They try to erase where we come from and who we are. And, you know, we can barely even track our ancestors now. They're already trying to do that now. So we need to stay connected at all times. They are the storytellers. They are the reason why we have the traditions that we have today. And to not talk about them means to take away and strip away everything of who we are and what we have left to know about us.
All right. So, Jan, I'm gonna throw it out to you. Is it a problem for us to talk about our people? Is it a problem for us to talk about people? And if it is, tell me why it's a problem. If it's not, then tell the audience why it's not a problem for us to talk about our people.
Well, I feel like, you know, my colleagues covered everything, but it's not a problem. It's not a problem ever. I really don't feel like it's a problem. And I really feel like the people who are uncomfortable with us talking about who we are, where our people came from, and what we've done, they're the problem. Like, for sure.
All right, y'all heard it, and y'all heard these again. This is about liberation, right? This show is about liberation. This segment is on liberation, and I'm like saying, yes, it is important for us, and we're hearing from these dynamic people right here. Again, these intellectual giants that are right here, and so now we're gonna go into something that's intellectual, something that is also spiritual, something that is physical, something that is emotional, something that is psychological, and this is the question I want to ask you all. We have to throw out to y'all. What is Black love? Ayana, what is Black love?
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I feel like it's honestly a dynamic that people don't think is real. Like when you see Black stories and stuff portrayed in media, it's usually, the man, the woman was together and the woman cheated or the man cheated and he done ran out on her with the baby. But it's not like that, honestly. I grew up in a 2-parent household for all of my life. And I know a lot of people who have grown up in a 2-parent household. So I feel like it's just beautiful. A lot of people portray it wrong.
Go ahead. That's right. Go ahead. Go on. So now we go on to Destiny. What is Black love?
I totally agree with what Yana said. When you first said, I think that like Black love is Black people, like we give love organically, like it's just something that's just in us, we just like ray it out. So I definitely agree with her. I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household, but I don't think that stops me or anybody in this household or my dad's household from spreading love. I definitely don't think that stops anything. I think if anything, it just tells us that we need to heal throughout generations. And I also think this 2-parent household dynamic just stopped in my generations. It didn't. That's new. You know what I'm saying? My people was together throughout having to survive. So I think that Black love is necessary, and it helped us get out of where we were. So. Yeah.
All right. Some powerful statements coming out, and that was some people saying. People checking y'all out. They're saying that these are leaders, right? They're saying y'all are powerful, and y'all are hearing it. Again, they are connected to Georgia Southern University. They're tied to African studies. They have African study classes. They're in the arts. They with regard to the sciences of the mind. So again, they're making it happen. Psychology, sociology, arts. Again, all that's tied to our intellect. So now that intellect goes to right here to Javon Rogers. What is Black love?
Black love is something that goes very, very deep. And I think when we think about Black love, I think it not only just happens between two people and within a family. We put it in food. We put it in clothing. We put it in just the way that we step. When you see your grandmama, you eat your grandmama food and you eat her turkey legs and her macaroni and cheese and cornbread and collard greens, you say, oh, she made that with love. Our love touches on so many things and not just within two people. And that's the thing that I know I talk a lot, but I'm just saying they like to try to keep it with people, but we have made it into so many things that have been given to us that was first bad, but we make it into so many things. We make it into chitlins. We make it with the collard greens. We make it with everything. Like everything that comes to us in hate, we turn it into love. That's Black love.
All right. And so now just to share this with y'all, because on our show, that's what we talk. We talk within the 57 minutes that we are allowed to hear on Run Tell That by our Black media. But anyway, I'll come back. Again, I don't want Bernard Brown saying anything, but we come to this right here. What is the role of the scholar? When I say the scholar, my people know when I talk about scholar, I'm talking about students. What is the role of the college student, the college graduate? What is the role of the scholar within the Black community, for the Black community? I should say for the Black community. And when I say for the Black community, anybody out there understand when I say for the Black community, that means for the entire world. But we just focusing on us right now. Understand that, right? Because we know what we do for us expands to the entire world. So what is the role of the Black scholar, the Black student, that college graduate, that recent college graduate, or to be college graduate, and that Black college student? So Javon Rogers, what is the role of the Black scholar?
The role of the Black scholar is to keep keep the history, not mythology, the history alive, which means telling the stories that your grandmothers and great grandmothers told you, which means making sure that you're showing that love to other people, that you're keeping the things, the morals and the ethics that your ancestors have taught you, keeping it on, keeping it alive. It's keeping your history alive.
All right. And so, Yana, what is the role of the Black scholar, the Black soon-to-be graduate, of Black college graduate?
Oh Lord, that's me. I would definitely say to educate our community for sure. There's been too many times where I've been talking to family members or friends where it's like, okay, where did you get this fact from? Who told you this? Where are you getting this information? And you really, like, sometimes just have to sit back and really go and explain and just help them to understand that things are not as black and white as they seem. There is a gray area in there, and it's not really recognized often. Like, they think everything's black and white. So, just to really educate our community.
Okay. All right. And Destiny, what is the role, the job of the Black scholar, that Black student, that Black college graduate?
I believe that the role of any Black student, not necessarily even in Africana studies, I think that when you going to being a college student, you need to see where you can help your community at, but at your strengths, so you can get the best experience out of college, but also, like we said, tell the story in the right way, but still incorporate it into what you want and into how you will help the community.
Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna throw something out there, and it's definitely gonna put you all on the spot. Or for some people, it's putting them on the spot. So, but for other people, it won't be putting them on the spot. And so then we're gonna throw it out to Destiny first. What is the role of this generation of African people? What is the role for this generation of African people regarding our liberation? What is the role of this generation of African people?
The goal, I think that, I don't necessarily know, honestly. I think that my goal is liberation in my lifetime. That's what I want my goal to be right now. Like today, if I can start fighting, that's what I want the goal to be. But I think that, honestly, we need unification for that to even happen. And I think that a lot of Black people are lost right now, so they can't even join in on that fight. And I need them to join in that fight to be able to do that. So I don't really know collaboratively what the goal is. But for me, it's freedom and it's liberation as soon as possible in all aspects, law, everything. So, yes.
All right. And so, Javon, what is the role of this generation regarding African people and liberation?
I think a goal of our generation is to unify the people, because when we are unified as a people, that's when everyone else, as in like the Mexicans, the Indians, even white people in America, that's when we can all unify ourselves. That's our goal right there, because we need to unify ourselves and then unify other people as well, because once they see that we're unified, and then we'll all be unified, and then we're able to fight.
All right. And so now go to you, Yana. What is the role of this generation of African people with regards to our ultimate liberation and for us to have freedom?
In order for us to have freedom, I feel like our ultimate goal should definitely be to know ourselves. Like, there are too many people out here who just don't understand who we are and our impact on this world, our impact in this community, like just in general, like African Americans and what they've done for America. People just don't understand that, like how much of an impact we would have if we did stop like paying for stuff and stop doing this. And like, there's so much stuff that we have done that I really want people to realize who we really are.
All right. Again, powerful statements. Again, these are people who are at Georgia Southern University. These are scholars right here, scholars who are in the movement. They're in the rotation to ultimately be a part, again, the machine to bring about liberation. And so you all said something, and that's what I was segueing into. It's like, how do we establish unity? How can we have unity? And not to say that you got the full solution, but you can have a piece of it. I tell folks, I talk about unity for me. One of them, I tell people one way is Pan-Africanism. That's why I tell people, that's not to say that's all of it, but I'm saying that's one solution. So I just, what is your thoughts as to how can we be unified? How can we as African people be unified? And just, again, it's your thought, not to say that you got to say, oh, I know concretely all this right here. Again, we know that it's always about evolution. So Yana, how can we be unified? What are the steps that we can become unified?
Oh gosh. You caught me off guard. So I'm going to say for us to become unified, it really takes communication for sure. We need to start talking to each other, talking to our families, making sure that, we're good first and then, worrying about everybody else. Really, that's it. Communication. We really just need to start talking to each other more, because I feel like that's really all this community needs, is just for us to have better communication with each other.
All right. Okay. Destiny, what's your thoughts with regards to that? With regards to us being unified, what are the steps that we need to take? What does that look like in your mind for us to become unified? The things we need to do, or a thing we need to do.
So I know you said we can't have like a concrete word, but I think like Black nationalism.
I'm saying you can. I'm just saying, okay. I don't want y'all to, excuse me, I don't want y'all to shower, because some people are like, oh, I can't come. No, I'm not saying whatever you think, you put it out there. So no, that's why I say you ain't got to have it all concrete. If you do, then it's good. Because I might, Jamal already said Pan-Africanism. Because I tell you about, bam, that's what I'm going to say. And there's many layers involved in that too. But go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
No, I think Pan-Africanism, but I also think that Black nationalism, but I also think having a common goal anyway will help like move the movement for whatever we're fighting for. But I think that Black nationalism, buying Black, everything Black, I think that it was laid out for a reason. We have Pan-Africanism, we have Black nationalism, we have these things to follow for a reason. It's just because our ancestors set out, they tried and they have succeeded in getting us as far as we have been, but we have to continue. So we have these things laid out already. So all we have to do is have the same common goal, and that's what's going to unite us, So that's what I think. Black nationalism, I'll into that.
All right. And so, Javon Rogers, what's your thoughts with regards to how can we be unified? What are the steps that we need to take to become unified?
I think one big step is to make sure that we hold each other accountable. I think we find ourselves in a place where we're all together and we're unified, and we all say, we're going to go with the fight. We're going to do it. And then as time goes on, it starts trickling down and everybody just starts going back to where they used to be. Holding each other accountable about the reason why we're fighting, the reason why we're doing this, the reason why we want to be unified, along with communication. I think it definitely ties into what Yana and Destiny were saying. But I think we definitely need to hold each other accountable. Accountability means that it's gonna keep the action, it's gonna keep the movement flowing.
And that was powerful. So go ahead, Destiny.
I just wanted to say too, like I believe that like everybody can't want to be this like forefront person too. You have to like equal everything out. Everybody has a role. You have to understand that everybody has to play within that role and not necessarily be like want to take for anything, because the goal is just freedom for everybody. If that's the genuine goal, then that's what there shouldn't be nobody trying to make themselves the poster person for anything, So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so something was said, because I was going to ask something else, but something was said, and I was like, I need to throw it out there, because again, I need to jump on that right there. Destiny talked about spending Black, buying Black. Why is that important? Because some of us, we have an issue with regards to doing something like that, because we're going to say, that business on the other side of the city, on the other side of the town, or that person, when I went to that person, they didn't talk to me right. And so, I'm not going to support them, or because I know this person, I went to school with this person over here, even though that person is not African-American, I went to school with them. And even though the person African-American who has something similar, just like what that other person has, that we make excuses with regard to not buying Black. And so just want to get your thoughts with regards to that, and make it seem like it's a problem that when we go and say we want to buy Black. So go throw it out there to Javon. What's your thoughts with regards to that?
The first thing that I thought about when you said that question is making Black Wall Street great again. being able to buy Black is such an honor to me, because it I know at the end of the day that I am giving my money to someone who I am connected to. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like buying Black means supporting you and supporting your community. Like, honestly, it's like a duh. Like, like, why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you buy Black? Why wouldn't you support your own people instead of going somewhere else where they're either gonna follow you in the store and look to see whether or not you're stealing something, or look at you some type of way? Like, why not buy Black? Buying Black means buying you, investing in yourself.
All right. And so we now throw it on over to, excuse me, to Destiny. Why is it a problem for us to buy Black? Why is it a problem why do some people get scared or shudder when you talk about buying Black? Or we dismiss it like it's not important?
I just think everybody's already brainwashed, so they don't even understand that they're already, when they're not buying Black, they're really buying back Black because it's all stolen from us anyway. I think that also buying Black, I think that, like, I remember learning in your class, like in Savannah, I think it was, they had what's it called? Like a boycott, all like right. Exactly. So I'm saying, why is it so hard for us to do that? I remember like last summer we were supposed to, for one day, not shop anywhere. And like, I forgot. I was like, me personally, I forgot. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even do it. And I'm like, why is it so hard for us to continue? Like, that's so easy for our ancestors to do. Where they saw injustice, they was like, I'm not gonna buy from anybody else. I'm just buying for my people. But I think that we've already been like conditioned and brainwashed to think that it's just so hard. It's just this and that, just lazy, honestly, lazy. So not lazy. I don't want to call my people lazy, but like,
I mean,
accountability. That's accountability.
I'm about to say, because that's all I'm
accountable. Okay.
Say it. Call them lazy.
I said it.
And it's real. That's not to say that's all of us collectively, but then some of us, because some of us do not. And that's why, again, like I threw out about a certain person running for office. Lazy. Go and tell the people, go pray about it. They're facing discrimination, but you're going to tell them, but you want our vote right now. And here go people who are lazy, who are elders, who are middle-aged, who are young adults. And they know that this person has done that, and they ain't saying nothing. Again, when y'all talk about accountability, that is real. We have to hold people accountable. And so, Yana, what's your thoughts with regard to the folks who then have a fear when we're going to talk about buying Black and supporting Black businesses?
I feel like it's really three different things. It's accountability. People don't want to do the research, because personally, I know myself, I have now, whenever I'm going to buy something, I look up Black owned stuff to make sure that I'm buying from someone Black. But there's other people who don't want to do that. And then there's also the argument of, why did your stuff cost like $75, $85? And it's like, okay, but you go to Nike and you go to Adidas and you spend all that money on some shoes. Why you can't do the same thing for your people? What's the difference? Like, our quality is sometimes better than theirs, and you just don't want to. What is your reason for not supporting? So it's definitely accountability for sure, because people, they just don't. I don't know. They just don't want to. They don't want to do it. I don't know why. They feel like we're too expensive. It's not, the quality's not good. When half the time all that stuff is not true. So they're scared.
Okay. Go ahead, Dustin.
Another thing is, I feel like we as Black women, I feel like we fall victim to this. But I think the biggest thing for us as Black women is these hair stores too. Why can't so many people do hair, and we all do hair, but nobody want to open up a hair store? I'd be so confused, and I feel bad because I still go to the hair store because I need some things. But it's just like, oh my goodness, like we need to really make that a goal. It's like in our community, get some Black-owned hair stores for us too, like for men too. Like,
I worked at a hair store called Sisters, and it was Korean owned. Like, and everyone stood from us.
They got the hair money off of us. We literally pay their rent. Like, it's crazy. Like, we literally lay out. It's like we're just slaves. Like,
people walked in there thinking it was a Black-owned hair store. I walked in there thinking it was a Black-owned hair store, and they're like, "No, it's owned by Koreans." Like,
And they'll try to get everybody black out and working for them. That's so we will think that it is. So
And so what then happens? Then we do not have the dollars rolling over in our communities. Then we're going to see some of our communities impoverished, where again the dollars are no longer there. We can't support one another, and I'm going to say support one another. I'm saying hiring people who look just like us in these businesses, because that's a part of support. And so again, we're able to do things to help us with regards to that. So yes. And Jade indicates that she works at a black-owned hair store. That's what Jade said. She works at a black-owned hair store.
Put it in the comments. She did put it in the comments.
where is that?
Mr. Producer, see, Mr. Producer, before I could see everything right here, right here on Facebook. But Mr. Producer now, he's got the stuff just going right there. I can't even see everything, so I can't respond to everybody. But that's another little secret that I'll bring up another time on another show or Run Tell Back. Again, how I just get this like that.
That's us now.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, y'all the producer. Oh Jesus. Oh God.
Got you, sucker.
Oh, this is not what I had planned. Like I said, I didn't know what's happening, but that's what. Okay, all right. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. I had to throw out a phrase that was coined by one of my friends. And at least I do acknowledge him, because there's some things that I have heard. And so Jay's putting the information up there. It's Kinks and Curls Natural Hair Boutique that's in Lawrenceville, Georgia, Gwinnett County. And so, but he said this right here: you can't have a revolution if you can't feed yourself. You can't have a revolution if you can't feed yourself. And so some of y'all experienced something this weekend with regards to farming. Do we need to be farming? And now when I say farming, and guess what? And I'm not just talking about saying that you're in a rural area, but even in urban communities. What's your thoughts with regards to that? Because again, this is all part of liberation. Just throw it out there. So we go to Destiny. What's your thoughts with regards to that?
I definitely think we do need to go into farming, because I just recently found out that within the United States, even our organic products that they put out are still being in foreign countries. They don't even allow the things that they're doing to our organic products. They don't even allow those things to come into their countries. So I think that in some way, shape, form, they're still trying to poison us and hurt us in some way. So we have to take our health and everything into our own hands. So I do think that farming is important. I think that being out there and connecting to the earth is also important too. It's grounding for us, and this is things that we naturally always did. So I think that it's very important.
And so, Yana, what's your thoughts with regards to us farming?
I definitely feel like we should be farming because, like Destiny said, it's grounding for us. It'll connect us more back to our ancestors. It'll stop the stupid comments of, oh, you're being a slave. And it's like, first of all, before my people got here, we were farming. So what you're not going to say is trying to put me back in that one spot of slavery and say that's why we farm. No, it's not. So I definitely think we should be farming. Also sustenance, sustain yourself. I don't want to have to go to the grocery store all the time.
And that's it. And Javon, what's your thoughts with regard to that?
Along with what Yana and Destiny said, I definitely agree to that. And it's also, look at our economy today. Look what's happening. Look at all the resources that we're starting to lose, all the water that we're starting to lose. We should be literally racking up on seeds, on plants, learning this life skill. Farming is literally a life skill. I'm pretty sure way back in the day, there was a class taught in high school on how to plant something. We was planting something in pre-K? I remember I was planting something in pre-K. Because what happened to it now? Because they try to get rid of these life skills that we need to learn that we should have been learned. So I'm like, yes, of course. No questions asked. Of course, we should be learning how to farm, how to sow, how to do everything.
And what is interesting that some of the Luo people who are in Kenya, this is what they do and what they share. And I've had conversations with some of them that they send their children to school. They go to schools, they get their education, but not only are they getting the education in the schools, but they're also getting the cultural education too. where the boys are being trained and taught to be carvers of stone, of wood, but the girls are trained to make jewelry and to do sewing and weaving and things like that. Because they said the reason why is that if you get that job with these people here, and guess what? Let's say you lose your job. For many of us, that's what it's like. It's just like that. Bam. It's nothing. We don't know what to do. We can't move. But they say, guess what? If they lose their job, Jamal, what will happen? They can still take care of their family because they know how to carve, they know how to sew, they know how to make jewelry. They can still go and have some type of marketable skills and things that they can now go and still bring some money to the family. It may not be what they had before, but it's still a way to sustain ourselves. And that's why I like, yep. And that is a part of our story. And so what we're going to be doing, because we're down to like 52 minutes right now. And so since we got them on here, I want to get their thoughts with regards to where we need to go as a people right now. Where do we need to go as a people right now? Your own thoughts, your own perspectives with regards to that. And we're going to throw it out there to Javon Rogers first. Where do you think we need to go as a people?
We need to go into, hopefully this comes out the right way. We need to go into straight up hustling. Like, not hustling as in like, not doing drugs, not doing any of that. What I'm saying is we need to go back into building our wealth into doing many things. Not only having that one 9-to-5 job. No, as in doing more to like sew, to even to farm, to do these different things and share it within our community. That's what we need to go into.
All right. And so now we go to Destiny. What's your thoughts? What do we need to be doing as a people? Your thoughts?
I think that we need to be learning about ourselves, what has happened to us through our generations, who we truly are. I think all of those things will push us to uniting and push us to like having a similar collaborative thought and fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that a lot of people still don't necessarily, I guess, buy into our fight. I don't know what it is. Black people I'm talking about. So I don't know how you can't buy into like wanting to fight for your liberation. But I think a lot of Black people are still jaded or still like blinded and still brainwashed. That's what I really want to say. And so we have to teach them and spread what we're learning. So yeah, I think that's what we're moving towards.
Okay. All right. And we go to Yana. What's your thoughts? Where do we need to go? What do you need to give to our people? What do we need to do?
So y'all know me. We need to burn it down. We need to burn it all down. we need to be fighting. We need to come together. And I swear, like they don't want us. They're like, oh, when Black people act crazy, they act like monkeys. They act like this, and it's just like, nah, bro, nah. We need to start acting crazy because we are never going to get our reparations. We're never going to get our liberation. We're never going to get anything if we don't start fighting. And I mean, we really have to fight these people. Like, we have to physically fight them, in my personal opinion.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I mean, right? I'm ready to go burn down some buildings.
One thing, they're not with us. They're
against us.
But we still love you, though. That's the thing that we got to understand before this ends, because I feel like somebody going to try to.
Y'all see what happened?
You had to put that up there.
Okay, we love y'all. We love all people. We haven't done anything to anybody. But what you have to understand is that we love y'all. But we gotta love ourselves first. It's called self-care. It's called putting ourselves first. We love y'all. We
love y'all just as much as y'all did back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
With the love of Christ. With the love of Christ.
That's what I'm talking. These are my people right here. And see, Yana, they did the same thing to me when I had told them we need to burn Savannah down. We need to burn it down. Because again, that's what God does. God burn it down so you be born anew. That's like the phoenix, man. The phoenix died, bam, it burns up in a glorious state, but then it comes back anew. And so that's what gotta happen. So yeah, see, so now y'all see how the executive producer handles stuff. See, they always try to, like I say, they always try to like make scrutinize and censor what I say, but everybody else can do what they want in 5 hours. But Lil Jamal can't do that. Oh, excuse me, Lil CL, that's something right now. They got CL stuff going on, but I'm still gonna keep it together right now. And so we do have a question I had to post y'all, and well, no, I'm gonna do this right here. Before I get to the very last question, I'm gonna ask y'all, give a word of inspiration to our audience who's been listening to and checking y'all out on Run Tell That. And we go with Yana. Give a word of inspiration to the audience who are checking you out here on Run Tell That.
First of all, thank y'all for sitting here and watching us today. My word of inspiration is going to be continue to fight. If you are a fighter, keep fighting. Make sure that you never stop fighting for our liberation, our freedoms, our justice and equalities. Make sure that you never let them shut you down. Don't get hushed up. We're done with that. We're done getting hushed up. Okay.
Okay.
No hush him out. No hush him out.
No.
So Destiny, what's the word of inspiration you want to give to the audience?
I think I literally was on the same track as her. I wanted to say, like, a lot of people want to try to shut you up, try to tell you, no, you don't need to be doing that. Pray, go. They tell you everything. I'm trying to say I haven't heard it all. And they will try to really close you up and make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about or that we're all not being oppressed. But it is what it is. And you know the truth. And as long as you know the truth, follow your heart, and you'll be fine. Keep fighting for our liberation. Like she said, don't just, you got to die. Be willing to die to fight for our liberation. Like, that's just that, you know? So that's what I got to say.
All right. And so, Javon, what is the word of inspiration you want to give to our audience?
Yana and Destiny don't say it all. But all I got to say is, if God be for you, who can be against you? Because listen, at the end of the day, you may have these people who don't want to see you win. Okay, they're coming for you. They want to see you fall, buried down 6 feet in the ground. But you keep fighting and you keep living and you keep showing them who you are. Because at the end of the day, if God be for you, who can be against you? And that means nobody can be against you, because you are blessed, melanated, and guess what? You're touched and sanctified.
All right. And so just to share this with y'all, now part of some African tradition is this. They said that God will rise up a people to fight for liberation. That God will rise you up, and if you choose to stop it, then guess what? God's going to rise up some other people to not do that. And so you got to understand, that's why we're going to say we're a part of that. God has raised us up. That's why we're here, because others have been put in that position by God, and they chose not to do it. So the very last question is a very important question, and I asked y'all, please get it right. Please get this correct. And the question is, what is the best high school in the entire United States? The best
Liberty County High School.
Liberty County High School.
Liberty County High School.
School of the Arts.
Oh. Next question.
No, y'all absolutely wrong. It is Heavens v. Jenkins High School. Heavens v. Jenkins High School, 1800 Eastern Avenue. Bam, the Hall of Fame flag right there. So I don't know what they're tripping about. Y'all must have been around that executive producer. It's Heavens v. Jenkins High School. Y'all got it wrong.